And then there are those who leave here for all the right reasons. And Mike's not only done a remarkable job for us, but his family is all in West Virginia, Mom's in West Virginia, and that's where he needs to be at this juncture of his life. But I've always just admired this guy for the same reasons the captain said. If you call Mike and say, hey, Mike, I got a problem, your problem becomes his problem, and he'll fix it for you. You don't have to look behind him to see if it's going to be taken care of. But there's a moment in time that I'll just never forget. There's a lot of them with him. But I have the honor of speaking at churches. So I'm speaking at Green Pond Baptist Church, okay? Now, if you're not born and raised in Polk County, you can't really appreciate what Green Pond Baptist Church is, but really it's a pioneer church. The old folks that inhabited this area, well over 100 years ago, created this church. And when you get to speak at Green Pond Baptist Church, you've arrived, okay? It is the salt of the earth. These people all are truly wonderful. So I'm speaking at Green Pond Baptist Church, and my pager is going off, okay? Now I'm preaching hellfire and brimstone, and it keeps going off. And of course, of all the days, Marissa leaves her cell phone in the car. So I'm not answering my cell phone. So Mike's trying to call Marissa on her cell phone. And so all of a sudden, I see this guy get up and leave. And he came back, and he got this other guy, and he got up and left. And I go, do they not like what I'm saying here or what? And I'm seeing Mike back in the vestibule in the back. And I'm wondering what this is all about. So anyway, the service is over, and then as I go down, as I'm sitting down and they're finishing the service, I pick it up and I've got this text from Mike. He says, we have the church surrounded. What? There is a murder suspect in the church. And I'm going, well, the murder suspect showed up to hear me preach. He's a member of the church. So I asked the pastor, I said, you know this guy? He says, oh, he's a Cornerstone member. It's a wonder he's not, singing one of the specials today. Well, one thing you got to understand about being Baptist, and I can say this because I'm Baptist. Baptists and Episcopalians don't recognize each other in the liquor store, you know what I'm saying? But this Baptist went to Tampa and he got drunk and had a disagreement, shot and killed the guy. So what we surmised that he was going to do, because he wanted to see the preacher. He came to church, he wanted to see the preacher, he knew that I was preaching, and I think he was going to turn himself into me after the service was over. But in the meantime, we get information. So Mike's out there and tells the dude, hey, we got a second-degree murder warrant for you out of Hillsborough County or Tampa. He says, well, can I go in and listen to the rest of the sermon? He said, no. He said, but I want to get forgiveness or something. He said, look, Mike says, I'll pray with you out here. So Mike is outside praying with the dude as he arrests him. While I'm inside speaking, but I'll never forget looking at that and it saying, we have the church surrounded. And it was one of my favorite stories of all time. Now, Mike can finish when he talks, if he wants to, he can finish the outside story other than he's praying with him. But for some reason at Green Pond, it makes sense. That's how you serve a warrant. Because right's right up there and wrong is wrong, and that's the way it is. And we don't have enough time to go through all the things that Mike's been involved with us. But truly, Mike is a man's man. I know he's got to be the most wonderful son in the world. He's a great supervisor, and we're going to miss you. But you're one of those that I can say, hey, I get it. It's time. Your family has to come first. And he's going to continue to work in law enforcement and take his education and experience here and impart it in his home community. So with that, I'll present you your plaque, and it says, Sergeant Mike Evans, for your 25 years and 4 months of loyal and dedicated service, and as I'll always say, it says to the Polk County Sheriff's Office, but really it's to the people you serve, to the people you kept safe, the people you protected, from June 1st, 1998 to October 9th, 2023. Congratulations, my friend. That's your turn.
Well, kind of a little bittersweet. I'm taking deep breaths between speaking. I usually allow the sheriff just to speak for me or to tell my stories. Usually never a loss for words, as the captain reiterated, but today I'm a little bit of a loss for words. I've loved this career. I have loved this agency. I had big aspirations all the way through my career of going to do this, going to do this, going to do this. Now that I look back 25 and a half years ago at this agency, almost 25 and a half years, I believe I've done what I was supposed to do here. I have, over half my career, been able to be a supervisor and a line supervisor, and it has probably been exactly where I needed to be. I've led some great people. I've been able to partner up and go with things with people we've been to war with. You start a career like this, and the young ones, we had a long, I call them young ones because anybody that's under the age of 30 is young. We talked the other morning in briefing, and I just try to make you realize that this career is not just coming and taking a call and taking a report, making sure that all those things are done, but it's a service. It's a service. We don't have people come through that sometimes that want to actually and caringly take care of a community. That's what we're supposed to do. I mean, I come from old school. I'm 5 generations of law enforcement. My daddy, who I wish was here today, when I started this career 30 years ago, almost 30 years ago, with other agencies and with Lakeland Police Department is where I started. My dad was very proud. He was proud to see me stand, hold my hand up and take an oath. Very proud when I came over to the sheriff's office. And then as time went on, and as we lost Dad a couple of years ago, he was very proud and waiting for this day because he had seen all the things that we went through, or that I had been through. But I'm happy that I chose this career. I'm happy God put me in places to actually maybe make a difference in a few people's lives along the way. I haven't just been a supervisor. I've tried to be a friend and a leader to life. And we've trained together, we've worked together, we went to war together, and I promise you this, that I would do anything and I would do it all over again for the opportunities that we had. There are no mistakes. If there are mistakes, I correct them, as many of you all know, and I still have people watching for you, Alpha Platoon. But no, I want to thank the Sheriff's Office. I want to thank you, Sheriff, and staff for the opportunities that you've given me. As the Sheriff said, it is time. It's hard. This is a hard step for me. I've been a Polk County deputy, and I've been a deputy for a long time. And it's not only just been what my job is, but it's what I took pride in doing. And I'm thankful for the opportunity that has been given me here, and I carry it on to my next ventures, as the Sheriff leaked a few minutes ago. There's some things coming in the future, and Sheriff, I may, as I told you, it's a little tiny place, so I may be needing a donation of my gun belt, and maybe a or something along the way. It'll be on their letterhead with my name attached to it. But we'll all so thank you, and I appreciate it that everybody came in today, and you had other things to do, and you know, I'm kind of dreading this, but I'm glad I got to see everybody, and I appreciate everything. Every person in here, as I look around, we've had an experience together. A lot of people don't get that. You don't get that in normal jobs, but we have. I can tell a story about every person in this room, and many of them I will never repeat because I'm not certain. I believe we've been cleared through the state attorney's office a few times, so thank you, Sheriff, and I appreciate it. I appreciate my mom, Michelle, being here. Mom came down, and she'll tell all of you to make certain this time when I got off, when she got in the truck the other day from flying down, she says, I got here this time to make sure you stop changing your mind. So she's here, and we're going home.